What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast. And when I see this, it indicates, it signals to me uh, one thing. And before I get to that, let's recap real quick. Yesterday, I did a video in which I showed you how Biden reacted to, I believe his name's Peter Doocy. He's one of the reporters, journalists, right, that ask questions at the White House. As Doocy was leaving, he happened to ask the question. He asked, "Do you think inflation is becoming a serious problem now? And do you think it's going to affect the midterm elections?" And to that question, Biden responded, "It's an asset." And then he went on to say, "What a stupid son of a you know what." Oh man, this cracks me up. Okay, so that's a little background story. Now, I believe that he, along with his cabinet or, the Democrat Party, know that this is an election killer in the sense that people aren't happy when you see prices run up like that. People are pretty upset when that takes place, right? And you've got to wonder, is he really frustrated? Are the Democrats frustrated? Because it sure showed some of that frustration coming out and how he knows that inflation is a major deal and how it could affect the elections, midterm elections, sorry. So now this leads me to this article. Knowing that they have the inflation narrative on their tail end, are they, slowly trying to switch the narrative of these mandates? Because they know that these mandates will hurt their polling numbers even more. Now here you see that the administration withdrew the medicine or test mandate for large employers. And the administration so claims that 6,500 deaths and 250,000 hospitalizations in the 6 months could have been prevented, because this would have covered over 80 million workers. Folks, we see that masks don't, I have to be careful how I say this, things you put over your face, there's studies that show it's, let's see, trying to tiptoe over. The studies have shown their ineffectiveness. Let's just say that. And we're still here doing that. We see how these medicines are no longer effective, right? First, they told you it would help prevent the spread. Then they told you, oh, it's going to reduce hospitalizations. What are they going to tell you next when we start seeing long-term side effects from these medicines that no one really knows what they do in the long term? Oh, you did your part. You did what was good for the society as you're dealing with all these complications. What do you think that the people feel who have had these heart conditions arise from it? But yet they did it because they had to comply. They no longer had, they did have the option to not do it, but there was, consequences that they didn't want to deal with, right? And we're at the point where it's really gonna get down to the point where, and we're getting closer there, where it's this or that, there or here. So they're segregating people into two groups. That's where we're getting to. That's the whole idea, or what's behind this whole mandates, all these mandates, is to segregate the people into groups and have them bicker and fight with each other, further dividing the nation, because it's easier for whoever wants to come into power to create chaos, and out of that chaos they create order. And I think that as they're withdrawing, right, as the administration is withdrawing this mandate in OSHA as well, it's I think they're feeling the pressure, the heat, and they know that their polling numbers are not going to be too hot. So I think this is where we stand today. And here we see the article basically covering what I just told you. But folks, I think, like I said, this year is a very pivotal year. And if the stock market ends up, right now it's been falling quite a bit, but if it does another pump, 10 to 12%, which could be, it just depends how everyone's awaiting the Fed decision or the Fed meeting tomorrow to see where things are going to go. But if you see this market soar 10, 12% more, that'll match the run-up that the Roaring '20s had prior to the Great Depression. So all eyes on that. I'm sitting still here watching that market, because the doom and gloom that's coming, what the charts are saying of what's coming in the future is something that many people should be concerned about. And for me, like I've been saying on this channel, 2022 is a pivotal year, and we're in it. And it's the year of preparation. That's what I'm going to be calling 2022 from now on. The year of preparation. Folks, 2022 indeed is the year of preparation. Let's not squander it, and let's do the best we can, even if it means one step at a time, to get prepared. Without further ado, like and subscribe to the channel. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.